Very good morning to one and all. Next, we are going to have the revision of chapter number 5. Today date is 4th Feb 2021. We are going to revise the chapter number 5. The name of the chapter is Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources. So, this chapter is focusing on the conservation, preserving the flora and fauna. In our topic of revision, we are going to see about how the natural vegetations are of different type. We are going to see about the wildlife in a detailed one. This chapter is focusing on the natural vegetation, which you studied in your lower classes also. Already you are knowing about the type of forest, the different type of vegetation, and so on. Dear cadets, soon you are going to have your pre-board 2. In that also see the question paper pattern, how the question paper pattern is given there, right? How the scene passage are included, which means about the source based question answers. So in that you are going to have 4 source based question of 4 marks. That means for 16 marks you are going to have the source based question. One paragraph will be there from history, geography, political science and economics from any chapters, and on that basis of that particular paragraph 4 question will be there, multiple choice question, right? So this thing I want to add for the preparation of your pre-board 2. Soon I am going to update you on the WhatsApp also the pattern of the paper and discuss it into detail. Let's check out what the natural vegetation and the wildlife chapter number 5 is speaking to us. We are going to summarize it in a systematic manner to get quickly the summary of it. You have observed the type of trees, bushes, grasses and birds in the field and parks in and around your school. Are they similar or they are variation? So here the point is speaking, every time wherever we are going to any area, we are observing trees, bushes, grasses, or the birds or animals, parks, maybe field, maybe. So as it is present in our school, they are similar or they are different. So they are different. In our school also, if we will take the example, not everywhere the trees are same. The grass is same. So like that, what's the basic point behind it? We are going to see. India being a vast country, can you imagine the type of bioforms available throughout the country? So as in our explanatory video, already I had explained this point in a detailed one. So I am not moving into detail, but the basic point I want to highlight here. Here we are going to understand about the topography of the area, the physiography of the area, which determine the natural vegetation and wildlife of the particular area. Our country is one of the 12th mega biodiversity country in the world. So for the 1 marks the question can be asked to you. So India is ranking at which number in biodiversity of the world? So your answer will be 12. With about 47000 plant species, that means the 47,000 plant species. India occupies 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in plant diversity. So here the 3 questions can be asked to you on this first plant species, right? When we are talking about natural vegetation, it can be asked for 47,000 plant species, otherwise 10th place, otherwise this 4th. If it is going to be asked in Asia, its position is 4th. If it is going to be asked in the world, you have to write 10th. And if they are asking about how many types of species are there, so you have to write the answer 47,000 of plant species only. There are about 15,000 flowering plants in India, which account for 6% in the world's total number of flowering plants. Right? The country has many non-flowering plants such as ferns, algae and fungi. So this particular slide is speaking to us the biodiversity, the richness of our country in biodiversity. Next, India also has approximately 90,000 species of animals. So first we have seen about the flora, now we are speaking about the fauna. The species of animal as well as a rich variety of fish in its fresh and marine water. That means the fresh and salty water. So here we are seeing the 90,000 species of animals. So 1 marks MCQs can be asked or 1 sentence question answers can be asked. Natural vegetation referred to a plant community which has grown naturally without human interference, right? Human aid means to be human disturbance we can speak about, has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. So that is going to be termed as a virgin vegetation. So we speak untouched vegetation. Thus cultivated crop, fruits, orchards form part of vegetation but not natural vegetation, because the cultivated crops, fruits, orchards, we are helping them to grow, right? We are providing a specific things to them, so proper sunlight, irrigation, care, pesticide, insecticide and so on. So which is speaking to us not a natural vegetation. The vegetation which grow naturally without the interference of human being is called as the virgin vegetation or natural vegetation. Next, do you know the virgin vegetation which are purely Indian are known as endemic or indigenous species, but those who are come from the outside are termed as exotic plants, which are coming or which brought from some other places. The term flora is used to denote the plant and the term fauna is denoted to animal species. So here we are speaking about the diversity in flora and fauna kingdom, right? And due to the following factors. So what are the factors we are going to quickly see? First, relief. In the relief we are going to see first land and then after soil. So first in relief, the land affects the natural vegetation directly and indirectly. Do you expect the same type of vegetation in mountainous, plateau or plain area or in a dry or in a wet area? So all these areas are having the different physiography, topography. So the nature of the land influence the type of vegetation, and the fertile level is generally devoted to agriculture, right? So here we are understanding about the land as a major factor in relief part, which is speaking to us the diversity in the natural vegetation and wildlife. Next, soil. The soil also vary over the space. Different type of soil provide the basis of the different types of vegetation to grow. The sandy soil of the desert support the cactus and the thorny bushes, while wet, marshy and deltic soil support the mangrove and the deltic vegetation. So by this example only you can understand about how the different types of vegetations are there in the different type of soil. And the hill slope with the small depth soil have the conical trees. Next, temperature. First we have seen the relief part, in that we have seen the land and the soil. Now we are going to see about the temperature. In the temperature we are going to see first, the character and the extent of vegetation are mainly determined by the temperature along with humidity in the air. So here we are seeing the climate. In that climate part we are seeing first temperature. After that, humidity in the air and the precipitation and the soil. On the slope of the Himalayas and the hills of Peninsula, over the height of 915 meters, the fall in the temperature affects the vegetation here, and the type of vegetation is different. The growth is different, the change in the tropical, subtropical, alpine vegetation. These all topics we had nicely seen in our lower classes, right? Next, temperature characteristics of vegetation zone. Please observe the table 5.1 carefully. We are seeing the vegetation zone. After that, we are having tropical, subtropical, temperate and alpine. Mean annual average temperature in degrees Celsius, mean temperature in January in degrees Celsius and remark. So first we are seeing the tropical part. Tropical above 24 degrees Celsius, the temperature. In January it's 18 degree and remark no force. Subtropical, when we are talking about 17 degree to 24 degrees Celsius. And then in the month of January we are having 10 degree to 18 degree and frost is rare. So temperate 7 degree to 17 degrees Celsius. Then in January the temperature is moving in a -1 degree to -10 degrees Celsius and frost, some snow. And last one, alpine, below 7 degree or below, that means the -1 degree. And remarking is the snow. From which source we are taking this one? So Environment Atlas of India, June 2001, Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi. So dear cadets, as we are talking about this temperature, okay, so temperature is also playing a major role for the variation and in the diversity of vegetation and wildlife. Next point is photoperiod. Photoperiod means sunlight. The variation in the duration of the sunlight at different places is due to the differences in the latitude, altitude, season and duration of the day. Due to the longer duration of the sunlight, tree grows faster in summer. Next, precipitation. In India, almost the entire rainfall is brought in by the advancing monsoon. Already we had seen this part in our chapter number 4, climate, about the monsoon, what is monsoon, advanced monsoon, retreating monsoon, post-monsoon and so on. So June to September and retreating monsoon, that means the northeast. Area of heavy rainfall have more dense vegetation as compared to the area of less rainfall. So rainfall, that means the precipitation, is also one of the major factor responsible for the variation or for the different types of forests or natural vegetation in the different parts of our country. You have ever thought as to why forests are important for human being? So here the very good and value-based question can be asked to you: what are the importance and significance of forest in our day-to-day life? So here this chapter basically focused on the one thing only: the conservedness of flora and fauna. First we will see about the forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. First point this. So the third paragraph is talking about all the good things related to the forest and whatever the points the forests are helping to us. Next, so what is the importance or the significance of forest in our life or in human being or for the human being? First, they are the renewable resources and they are playing a very vital and important role in enhancing the quality of environment. First point. Second point, they modified the local climate. They are also responsible to control the soil erosion, regulate the stream flow, support a variety of industries, provide livelihood for many communities, and offer panoramic or scenic view for recreation. So first point is there, these all points are supporting point for us which forests are giving to us. They control wind force and temperature and cause the rainfall. So these are all the important points related to forest, and that's why the forests are important for human being. The question is also given here and the answer is also here. Right? Next, they provide us humus to the soil and shelter to the wildlife. So all these points, please write in your notebook also, specifying the importance of forest in human being life. Next, India's natural vegetation has undergone many changes due to the several factors, such as growing demand for cultivated land. So these are the reason by which the natural vegetations have been changed. Development of industry and mining, another factor. One more factor, urbanization and overgrazing of pastures. So these all points are telling to us about the factors which are responsible for the depreciation we can speak about, or changes in the natural vegetation, because for cultivation of the land we require the land piece, so we will clear the forest and then we are going to have the cultivated land. For establishment of industry, we are going to cutting down the forest. For mining, for urbanization and so on, for overgrazing of pasture also, the vegetation is going to lose their importance. Next, the vegetation cover of India in large part is no more natural in the real sense, except in some accessible region like Himalayas and hilly region of central India and Marustali. Marustali means to be the desertic area. The vegetation is the most of the area has been modified at some places or replaced or degraded by the human occupancy, which means by the human activity only there is a great loss for the natural vegetations. Next, this activity, study the bar graph figure 5.1 and answer the following question. Name the state having the maximum area under the forest cover. Second question, name the union territory having the minimum area under the forest cover and why. So here we are placing the points. So this is the activity for you. If you haven't did that, so please do it and get benefited. Next point, there is a bifurcation and classification of the natural vegetation and wildlife. We are going to discuss in our upcoming revision summarized videos. First, types of vegetation. The following major types of vegetations as we have categorized with the relief and with the climate. In India, we are having the 5 types of forest. They are tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, tropical thorn forest and scrubs, mountain forest, mangrove forest. So in the upcoming class, we are going to see the types of vegetation in a detailed one, and we are going to understand it with the help of the map, and we are going to see how to do the map work also for this chapter. Okay, Lastly, I want to thank to each and everyone for watching this video. Till then, be safe and secure at your home. Jai Hind, and please do the revision part. Soon you are going to have your pre-board 2. That's a practice board paper. So please don't miss out it. Take it seriously and do it well. Thank you once again.